Hey guys, it's Fox here with another video, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we completed the Oceanside Spider House, and in this episode, like I said we were going to do, we're coming back to the kind of graveyard to see what the gravestones offer us on the first night. I'm not going to get too much into that mechanic because I've already kind of explained that 2 episodes ago. And as I said, as I promised, after 16 episodes, we are finally heading to the next major dungeon. So, anyway, as you can see, the 3 stalled children are now circling around this gravestone instead of that one, like they were on the final night. So, again, if we just talk to any of them... Huh? Ah, Captain Sir. Excuse me, sir. Everyone, give the captain your attention. This is all just repeated dialogue. So, I didn't mean to push guard the grave. Open the grave. Open it? Yes, sir. Alright, and once again, they just beat the grave down with their bare fists. Why I can't just throw a bomb? Why can't I even put a powder keg there? I don't know. Anyway, so we'll jump down, and here we have this. I just noticed that, like, that water dripping down. Just really minor effect, though. Anyway, this is kind of a fun area. It is essentially an enemy dungeon with the prize at the end, you know, typical stuff. Let's see, how am I going to take care of these things? Let's just spin and attack them. This is when a useful hurricane spin would be from Wind Waker, but unfortunately this is Majora's Mask and not Wind Waker. I don't have any bombs, although bombs would be ideal for this. Just like throwing bombs in the middle of all of them, but you know, whatever. We'll use what we have, which is our sword, and I do have plenty of arrows, but... Oh, ouch. Oh, I thought that was gonna be collateral. I don't think you can get collaterals in Majora's Mask. Alright, so there's a treasure chest, and in here is nothing much, just rupees. It's not bad though, 50 rupees. Right, so door's still locked though. So to open the door, it's probably fairly self-explanatory. At this point, you want to light all of the unlit torches in the room. So we'll go ahead and do that. There are 3 torches, there's that one right there, and then 2 on either side of the entrance. Whoops. There we go. Alright. And in this room, this is something that we have not seen yet in this game, although he is a recurring character in the Zelda games. This is an Iron Knuckle. You know about the Iron Knuckle, right? Stay away from its attack, then look for a chance to retaliate. This is by far the most powerful non-boss enemy in the game. It does, I believe, 5 hearts of damage per axe swing, and it's a lot. But it's not the most difficult enemy, because as you can see, it is incredibly slow. The way you want to attack it is you want to jump attack, and then backflip. Yeah, that one was pretty close, actually. If you just follow this, you should be good. Now, he increases speed a bit. That was close. After you attack him a couple of times, because he gets off some of his armor. And there we go. That's all it is. Now, something kind of interesting to note, that Iron Knuckle actually is a she, and it's not just any she. If you look inside of the texture, it's actually Nabooru from Ocarina of Time, so it's kind of interesting since Termina is filled with counterparts. Maybe that's Nabooru's counterpart? Interesting. Are you the one who freed my soul? I serve the kind of royal family. I am the composer called Flat. The songs connected to the royal family that remain here were all composed by my brother and I. Oh, Sharp, my dear brother, He sold his soul to the devil and was the one who locked me in here. Just like the freaking devil in Tom Walker. You who do not fear the dead, learn well the song that is inscribed behind me. And if you ever meet my brother, I'd like you to inform him. The 1,000 years of raindrops summoned by my song are my tears. I love that line. The thunder that strikes the earth is my anger. I have made my request. And with that nice cutscene over, we have... Oh, do we not play it yet? Okay. The 1,000 years of raindrops summoned by my song are my tears. The thunder that strikes the earth is my anger. Here is written the song that shall cleanse his cursed black soul. Now, if you're a Zelda player like me, and you played Ocarina of Time, this just gives you major nostalgia. I mean, like, just major. It's also one of the fan favorite songs. Oh, wow. What a way to frickin' fail a touching moment. And we have learned the Song of Storms. How is it raining underground? I don't know. The melody that you've heard before is the jubilant tune that blows curses away. So this, by the way, is the one that I mentioned a couple episodes ago that gets rid of your Jinx curse, and it's also used for a quest later on to cure Flat's brother, Sharp. Also, there's an interesting theory about Sharp and Flat being, the brothers Sharp and Flat being reminiscent of the Mario brothers being like Flat, the one we just saw, being like a Luigi counterpart, and the other one being Mario. And if you look at them, there is definitely some resemblance. So this over here is where you go on the second night. It doesn't look like much. There is more than just what you see because, spoiler, well, I don't have to spoil it, I can just show you. Use the lens of truth, there is a doorway there. And that's something we're going to do later on because, like I said, we're going to head to the Great Bay Temple right now. Don't worry, we're doing it right now. And I don't, I was playing... Did you hear the way the melody I played that? I played it like the Song of Storms. I really love that song. Anyway, like I said, we're not gonna, we're most likely not. Well, maybe we'll be. I can't. I'm just, my freaking mind keeps switching. You have no idea what I'm trying to say. We may or may not be in or out of the temple on the second night, so I will not go back to the graveyard yet. If that makes any sense. It makes sense to me, so I'm just gonna say it. Okay, there's a ferry there. There's always a free ferry here, by the way. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that. And along with whatever else is in here. Alright, here we are. Great Bay Temple. My childhood nightmare, as I have called it. The open seas of Great Bay have need of your might. Quickly, climb onto my back. Alright, let's do this. Now, something I want to mention. I have heard people say that I should have a more positive attitude towards this temple because, you know, I seem like I really don't want to do it. I kind of intentionally gave off the wrong impression of this temple, right? Yeah, it was my childhood nightmare. It is really difficult. It is really complicated, but I love this temple. It's just, I mean, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's bad. It's just like perfect level design. This is probably my favorite temple in this game. Although the next one, the final temple, not including the last one, like the, well, I guess not the final temple, just the fourth temple. I guess maybe that has a possibility of being my favorite over this one, but I really do like this temple a lot. And it's just, yeah, it's difficult, but I like that. I mean, this is a Zelda game. It's not supposed to be easy. Like, Wind Waker. I love Wind Waker, but the dungeons were just, and especially the bosses, they're just kind of easy, in my opinion. But this dungeon and the boss of this dungeon is just great. It's just great. So I'm really excited to be doing this, and this is going to be a nice challenge for me. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is grab our fire arrows and light all of these torches. And once we do that, a chest appears. Why does it appear right by his mouth? It looks like he's just gonna, like, we're just gonna walk up to it and it's just gonna swallow it like a freaking gulpin and brawl. I hope someone gets that reference because it's actually kind of funny. Anyway. Whoa, that's a huge water wheel. Well, thanks for the randomness, Tattle. Yeah, that is a big water wheel. So, this is the dungeon. Oh, I love this place. No, that's not sarcasm, by the way. I mean, it gives me nostalgia of, like, being, like, frustrated, but I just love it anyway. Anyway, there's a stray fairy under here, by the way. Okay, so, oh, and by the way, for those people who say that the Water Temple in Ocarina of Time is a hard temple, you obviously have not tried this temple. Just saying. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. Die. Okay, anyway, so, I'm sorry that my commentary is a bit lost right now. I am going the wrong direction, so that's why. Okay. There is our third stray fairy is just up here, so we're going to go ahead and jump down here. Be careful not to get hit by the Skulltula. And inside of the Skulltula is a stray fairy. So we're going to take out our stray fairy mask, or great fairy mask for the first time in forever. And that's not really what I meant to do. Okay, so the main gimmick of this dungeon is water flow, and it's a very interesting mechanic, I have to say. If we come over here, we can see that these pipes here, you can see the direction of the water flow. It goes down and it splits between these two pipes. This red one, as you can see, is currently inactive, and if we go to look up at this water wheel, we can also see that the yellow nozzle is shooting out water, while the red one is not. So there can be water can be controlled with these things. Now, there are two different kinds of these kind of wheels. There's this one that has these notches on both sides, and there's one such as that one, which means that you can only push it once. These, you can push them back and forth. So let me just show you an example. This isn't actually what we're supposed to do, but just want to show you that we can do this. And yes, they are very heavy. They're very heavy, so it'll take a while. So see, we can turn off the water. And by turning off the water, basically what we're doing is just stopping the flow in this thing. This is like a filter kind of thing right here. So the flow still goes to this thing that we're standing on, but it stops right here. So this doesn't go up to that thing. Now we can also turn it back on. And when we turn it back on, it'll, well, self-explanatory what'll happen. So now we're always going to want to pay attention to what direction the water is going, because ultimately we're going to want to lead it back to this room. And well, I'll explain why later. So what we're supposed to do actually is come down here and again see how this thing is only on one side. That means that you can only push it once. So you'll see that once we push it, it'll just disappear. So there's no way of turning it back, there's no way of turning that water off, but we don't necessarily have to. So just when you see those things, make sure you be careful that you don't, that it's the best idea, because, technically you can't completely screw up the dungeon by doing something like that, but it's just something you should be careful about. Alright, so this room, I get it. That huge water wheel is powering this thing. So essentially this room is just a massive washing machine, as you can see here. And this room can be quite confusing. Not entirely, not too much. I just got a tweet, oh jeez. Well, anyway, so this is the main part of the dungeon, so I think actually I'm going to go ahead and leave it off here. So next episode we'll continue Great Bay Temple, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.